Metaphiles.
I'm Zach Caffrey.
I'm Jason Ford.
And this is Metaphiles, the podcast that talks to you. This week, on our 7th episode.
Yeah.
7 being rhymed with heaven. And how do you get to heaven? You go up.
Uh-huh.
And what takes you up?
Helicopters.
Helicopters, choppers, whirly birds, all hour we're going to be talking about it. And we're going to get down to the very root of it, as we always do. But first, there's big business that needs to be dealt with up top.
Yep.
There's a short one, and then a big one. The short one is this. I tried again with the t-shirt company. Jay, if you'd like to just...
Please don't touch the rust pole.
It says, please don't touch the rust pole. And I told him I want a picture of the rust pole, and so it's that. Which...
Looks like a coffin.
Well, I think it's just a box. You know how you get a emoji that your phone doesn't like, and it just is a box?
Oh, so it didn't... Oh.
But maybe it's a pole, kind of. It looks a little bit like it.
I haven't seen any rust on it.
No. So, I don't know. I think we're getting closer.
If you say so.
Work in progress. I almost feel like I need to learn enough Japanese to know if the website is in Japanese.
Yes.
And then if it is, I need to learn the rest of Japanese at least enough for t-shirts. So
you don't have to learn all of the entire language. You can just phonetically learn how to say... I'd like to order 50 t-shirts that say, please don't touch the rust pole, and have a rust pole illustration in the middle of them.
Yeah, like I don't need to learn how to order stuff in a restaurant or anything. I just need...
You just need to learn how to say that.
I need rust pole, brain, butt, cheeks.
Sure. Yeah. They're an international company. I'm sure
they've heard of butt cheeks before. If they're a t-shirt company.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That continues to be, unfortunately, an ongoing story here, but we're
it's just
working on it.
stressing me out.
Now, there's another ongoing story, and I'm sure everybody will be excited to know. In our last week's episode, there was a lot of talk about 100 French fries, and we have them here.
Count them. Pause the video and count them.
Well, I went ahead and hand counted them myself. There are exactly 100 French fries on this plate.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes, I did.
Okay. 100.
Jay,
yep.
You still maintain you could eat 100 French fries?
With my eyes closed.
Looking at it, I'm not so sure that I was right before, but we're going to put it to the test. You are going to eat 100 French fries, and if it is a boring thing on a podcast, we'll just speed it up and put it in somewhere else.
Fix it in post.
But there's 2 things we need to clear up before you start. Well, 3 things. Number 1, do you want some ketchup?
No.
Do you want some water?
No.
Okay. Number 2, do you promise to the listeners and viewers of Metaphiles, the file of files, tentatively, that you are not on any performance-enhancing substances as you are about to eat 100 French fries?
Scout's honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And number 3, since this was born out of our gambling episode, should we have a little stakes with our fries? You want to make it interesting.
I like to have steak with my fries, yeah. What do you got?
Here's what I'm thinking. We need a bet because it was gambling.
Yeah.
But now it's helicopters.
Yeah.
So, how about the loser has to buy the winner a helicopter, but remote controlled. I looked online, you can find them for about $15.
Okay.
All right.
That's a deal. I'm gonna be flying to high skies real soon with a belly full of Checkers fries. Flying to high skies with a belly full of Checkers. All right, so shall I begin?
Whenever you're ready, and we'll have a counter up on screen, and
there it is.
Maybe people are going to be watching this. Hi. Maybe people are going to be. I'm going to animate it waving back when I said hi. Maybe people will be watching this next few minutes in real time, or maybe it's going to be sped up. We don't know yet. But here we go. 100 fry challenge begins now.
They're cold.
Yeah, I ordered them as close to showtime as possible, which means about 30 minutes ago.
They're still good. Thanks for the fries, man.
You're welcome. Thank you for engaging in this sportsmanly challenge, this feat of strength.
I'm starting to feel it.
There you go, folks. The total was 4. Yeah, I'm gonna light up again.
You like the John Madden of French fries?
Well, folks, he's having this 8-1 here, and I'm seeing the strain in his joints about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, folks, he's chewing, he's swallowing, he's doing an incredible job so far.
Do I sound anything like John Madden? Okay. Do I sound anything like Frank Caliendo's impression of John Madden?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, you'll never be famous. You can't do that impression.
I'll never be a famous Frank Caliendo impersonator. That would be pretty great if there was a person who they do impersonations of people who do impersonations, but their voices when they're not impersonating anybody. Like, can somebody do a dead-on James Adomian's real voice? Or Frank Caliendo when he's off stage just hanging out?
He doesn't understand why nobody gets the impression. It's like, but he's not doing an impression.
I sound just like that guy who sounds like all those guys. So
I don't know what that sounds like. I only know what the other guys that he does sound like.
I was at a big Hollywood party the other day with Frank Caliendo, and I asked him how his drive over was, and it went a little something like this. It was fine. Listening to NPR.
Find a good big one. That's the exception that proves the rule.
Well, no, there's all variety. There's biggies, there's smallies.
Okay. Should have got a napkin. I want to have grease all over my face.
Oh.
Or anything.
Well. You want me to go grab you one? No, because if I leave.
Yeah, it's fine.
You could cheat somehow.
I mean, you're not wrong.
How many?
Just a piece of paper, literally.
Oh. You're making good progress. How do you feel so far?
Feel good. You're not tasting as good.
Mm-hmm. I like to hear that. If I win it, I'm painting flames on the side.
You're gonna put a checker sticker on the side.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about including the name because this isn't branded content or anything. But we
got the t-shirts to cover it.
Yeah. And Checkers fries, very good.
This is a good advertisement, if anything.
Yeah. I almost, when I went up to the window, was like, hey, I have a bet with my buddy that he can't eat 100 of your fries. But I just got, this is so stupid, but I got nervous that they were going to be like, oh, can you film it and put it on the Checkers Instagram or something like that? I was like, I don't want to do that. This is for my podcast only.
On Checkers Instagram? Exclusive content.
Although, maybe that would have been good marketing. Maybe I blew it. You think
Still can do it.
Yeah, you're going to be ready to do this again next episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, just every week from now on, it's the Metaphiles sponsored by Checkers, and you eat 100 fries at the beginning of every episode.
Just get so sick of it. I'm sick of these fucking fries.
And so sick in general.
Yeah. You could see my health decline on the camera.
But think of that sweet Checkers money.
Starting to feel like I'm going to power through. What do you have gotten this far?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I maybe would have gotten to where you're at and been like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then I would have to think of the helicopter.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Ooh, that looked that looked like a man on the edge.
Nah, not on the edge. Yeah, I'm starting to have to force it a little bit.
Before you picked that one up, there are 10 fries sitting left there. You're 90% of the way. All right, well, that's been Metaphiles for this week. Join me next week when the topic is grief. Guilt.
Checkers lawsuits. You feel that whirly bird, that little RC chopper. You feel it lifting me up into heaven after my heart attack that is imminent.
If this did kill you, I would at your funeral, I would have a picture taped to the helicopter, and I would fly your picture up to heaven. And then I'd shoot,
up to receive my reward.
Yeah, and then I'd shoot a flaming arrow up at it to give you a Viking helicopter.
Dipped in fry grease.
Yeah.
I had to fry my vocal cords. Dipped in fry grease to set it ablaze. And
yeah.
You know what? Who has like pretty overrated fries?
Who?
Checkers. Kind of overrated, honestly.
You want to start over right now with Burger King?
Give me a fair shake.
Are you going to get to 99 and then pretend to give up?
No. I'm not that much of a hack.
Okay, I am, clearly. If I was you and it was right now, I would be like, I can't. I can't. All right. Let me give my best approximation of like epic Ennio Morricone, Ecstasy of Gold. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da.
Really wasn't that hard. Another piece of paper.
All right. Jay, you got one.
Yep, that's right. RC. Whirly bird.
And how appropriate. Why did I ever write that in a notebook? We'll find out maybe one day.
I feel like I should send it to the toilet. Mail it to the toilet's address. The check is in the mail.
Yeah, we don't need to labor on it much, but how do you think that's going to go for you later?
I took my Metamucil today, so I think it's going to wash out just fine.
Does that count as a performance-enhancing substance?
No.
How do you feel?
I feel like I got a burp. I know that's right. I do feel that. I do feel those rotating blades of glory taking me up into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah. Well, I think you absolutely earned it. I think the people at home probably applauded for you just as I did.
I have little to no doubt.
And now let's talk helicopters.
Helicopters, hell yeah.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
You ever been on one?
No.
Me neither. We'll be right back. No, never been on one. Don't think I'd like it.
Why not?
Scary.
Too intense?
It's like being in a plane, but that's even less likely to work and more likely to you fall out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's just so much more immediate than a plane. You know? You're going all over the place. You're not just going in a straight line like a plebe. You're going up and down and sideways.
Yeah.
The ground is right there.
It's right there. You're far up enough that you will die, but you're not far up enough or going far enough that there is any benefit to it, really.
No. Just dive. And it'll take you longer to dive to reach the ground. Kind of morbid.
Yeah. If I was gonna die by reaching the ground, I would rather that happen faster than slower.
So maybe in that regard, it's a little preferable to a plane, because a plane starts going down, you're like, okay, let's die already.
Yeah, let's die already. I got things to do. Let's.
This is gonna kill my schedule.
Okay, so yeah, I guess if somebody said you have to die by either you're in a plane that falls or a helicopter that falls, I would say helicopter. But if somebody gave me those two options, this person...
some kind of villain.
Yeah.
Some kind of villain.
Plane, helicopter, building, I choose building. And then progressively fewer stories is better. I would rather die falling out of a 2-story building than a 10-story one.
Interesting.
I think. Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever takes the least.
That'd be funny. Like, you're at a psychiatrist. You're like, I have suicidal thoughts and stuff. And she's like, all right, well, we're going to use this helpful index we use. How suicidal do you feel? Twin Towers? Apartment building, top floor, 2nd story.
Barn. Doc,
some hay.
Doc, I'm a barn. I'm cured. I'm gonna go live in the country.
See you later. Yeah, kind of morbid.
Yeah, but hey,
we don't shy away from morbidity or mortality on this podcast.
No. Why death? You kind of can't talk about a helicopter without talking about
They're
death.
inherently tools of Mortal demise.
Yeah.
Every time you get in one, you take a wager against the devil.
Every time, listeners.
You merge with the infinite.
Think about it. For all of our listeners who are out there taking helicopter rides all the time.
Hey, hurry up. The helicopter's about to take off. All right, I'm just watching Metaphiles. Just give me a second.
Oh, you know what? Leave without me.
I'm rethinking this.
I'm going to go to Checkers instead. Take the slow ride.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. How long does it take for you to die? Helicopter?
Yeah, that's
airplane or Checkers every fucking time you do a podcast.
Yeah, it's Twin Towers, 10-story apartment building, barn. Go to Checkers once a week, eat 100 fries. So, okay, neither of us been in a helicopter. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I could be in a helicopter.
Yeah, like maybe go to a air show or something, or someplace.
Yeah, or like a high-end county fair or something.
Helicopter rides $50 or something like that.
Yeah, is that a county fair thing?
I don't think so. That'd be a hell of a county to live in if it was,
Yeah.
I'd say. I'm sure Checkers shareholders probably live in counties with county fairs that have helicopter rides, but
yeah,
us on Metaphiles,
no.
Not so much.
We're not fat cats living in Checkers town, Checkers County.
With living up in my fried tower. My fried Auburn tower, I don't know, instead of Ivory.
Oh.
So you would, but if you had a chance to go on one for free, you wouldn't. You still.
If
wouldn't
I was at the Checkers County Fair, and it's free, it doesn't cost $50, and they go up and they fly me around in a circle and they put me back down, and the helicopter has a door on the side. I'm not getting in a helicopter that doesn't have a door on the side. No goddamn way.
Well, I mean, there wouldn't be much of a choice. You wouldn't be able to get inside the helicopter.
If it didn't have a side.
Yeah, so like, no way I'm getting into that helicopter. You can't. What if it goes up and it's not going to land until you eat 100 Checkers fries?
Well, if I like it up there, then I'm staying up there a long time. Because I could not have done it as quickly as you did.
Neil. So, I would pay to go on a helicopter ride. I'd pay maybe $150.
Wow. For how long?
Fun. 15 minutes. You get old around 12, 13 minutes. You're like, yeah, okay. Let's set her down.
$150 for 12 minutes, by the end of which you're going to be like, all right. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bar tab for me. No, not really.
Imagine bar tab in that helicopter.
Ooh.
Paying helicopter prices.
Never coming down. The helicopter had a bar in it?
Do helicopter pilots get as drunk as airplane pilots allegedly do? You don't hear about it.
I think airplanes have autopilot that does a whole lot for them. I don't think helicopters have that.
That's very true. I was talking to a pilot once at a party, and he told me that once they're up and everything's set and they flip that autopilot, they're just looking at their phones or reading a book. Just
with a few gin and tonics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also heard that
allegedly,
and again allegedly, I've heard that part of the reason for that stereotype is that an airplane pilot, this could all completely be false, but this is something I heard somewhere, that an airplane pilot is not allowed to drive a car for at least 1 hour after they have been flying a plane. And so the idea being that, like, well, if they can't drive their car for an hour, then they go to the airport bar.
I would, yeah.
Or the pilot's secret speakeasy bar.
Ooh.
where you got to have those little wings to even get in. And man, what fun it is in there, I bet.
All kinds of drugs.
Yeah, just snorting lines off end table trays that aren't returned to their upright positions, and
little model airplanes. All kinds of fun.
No, you fly one of those around your head in 15 minutes. But yeah, I guess the idea being that if they have just been flying a plane and then they get in a car, they're just going to go so fast and then start reading a book because they forget that it's different.
I'm not operating a vehicle at 30,000 feet with 100 people on board. In my Toyota Celica.
Good car pull. Celica.
Ah.
Is that a real car name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swear to God.
You want to wager a remote controlled helicopter about it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I could use two.
Couldn't even use. You literally couldn't use two.
Mutant X-Men power.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. They'd find uses for it.
Yeah.
Fighting Magneto with little remote control helicopters.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, you just brought up X-Men. I didn't do it. Just saying. And I'm not even gonna labor on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna enjoy that little gift you gave me and move us right along.
Please.
The closest I have ever been to being in a helicopter is flying one in real life. No, video games.
Mm. Which video game?
Oh, your Grand Theft Autos.
Mm.
Get yourself a couple stars from doing petty crime. Police helicopter lands. Hijack that sucker. Stars go up. So do you. Fly out to the desert. Hole up somewhere. Wait for the heat to die down.
Grand Theft Adios.
And yeah, from that, I feel like I could fly a real one. I think I get it.
I get it.
Go up. This thing tilts you.
Thing.
This pedal makes you go up or down.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
Nose down. Wind resistance. Nose up. I get it.
Honestly, though, why don't they just give pilots video game controllers for the helicopter? If it works on a video game.
Well,
why wouldn't it work?
I think you accidentally just hit on something real and somewhat grim, which is all the drones now.
Ooh.
I think it is what you said.
Yeah, just you're not in it. Yeah. It's a fucking drone.
Yeah. Which leads us ever closer to Y3K, the Android Wars from an earlier episode.
They think it's the year 2000. They're going to start listening to Limp Bizkit again.
And playing Grand Theft Auto. Would a robot like to play a video game? Or would they be like, I already am a video game. This is useless.
This is my life. I wake up into this. I don't know.
Would a robot's video game just be like, hit X to inhale oxygen, hit square to exhale oxygen? And they'd be like, it's incredible.
Yeah. They forget the combo to take a leak, so their robo bladder just explodes with oil.
Because they think that's how it works.
Yeah.
So, the earliest known helicopter, Jay, was this guy. That guy.
It's a helicopter.
Planet Earth invented it. Now,
Mother Nature.
Upon seeing that, in the 400s BC, good old China, before they became card game fiends,
degenerate gamblers,
created a version of this that had one on either side with a long stick in the middle. You go like that, and it flies up. We've all seen them as kids.
Yeah.
Created that as a little toy. That became popular, makes its way over to Europe around the time of the Renaissance, falls in the midst of old
Leonardo da Vinci.
And he draws up a plan for something called the aerial screw, generally considered to be the first design for a helicopter of all time. His was hand cranked initially, then it was going to be 4 dudes running around in a big circle with holding logs.
Primitive.
Wouldn't have worked.
Hilarious, really. Almost a comedy sketch.
Yeah, laughable.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Idiot.
The thing he couldn't invent was an engine, which is what it would have taken to actually make the thing go fast enough that it goes up off the ground. Moron. Da Vinci, you blew it.
We're like Decemp.
Leonardo da Simpa. So then, time goes by and people make ones that are closer. They go up for a few seconds, yada yada. Eventually materials become lightweight enough, engines grow strong enough that a fellow by the name of Igor Sikorsky, a Russian expat living in the United States, creates the first helicopter that is able to maintain flight and be mass producible. It is the first ever what we consider the modern helicopter. Takes it up in the air on September 14th, 1939 in Stratford, Connecticut. Which is why I think not only should Checkers County be in Connecticut.
Okay.
But I would also recommend that Connecticut go ahead and change their name to the Helicopter State. Because currently, what do we know about Connecticut? Nothing.
There's really nothing.
There's nothing. I've never met anybody from there. I cannot imagine any reason to visit there. I assume people's lives there are very grim.
And without any light or joy.
No. But
grim.
All of a sudden now they live in the Helicopter State.
Yeah.
And people come from miles around to the Stratford County Fair. Free helicopter rides for all. Mandatory.
And all kids growing up scream at their parents to go to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Mom, can we go to Connecticut?
Can we go to Connecticut
Please?
again this year?
Yeah. Well, you should get the mayor on the line.
The mayor of Stratford?
The governor, I guess, of Connecticut. Maybe play them against each other. Stratford mayor, governor. Who wants to transform the state into the helicopter state?
Yeah, get a bidding war going. And then we'll figure out how to monetize that.
Yeah, I was just starting to think, why?
We will, in our contract, fine print, if Connecticut is the helicopter state and Stratford is nothing, or vice versa, whichever one loses has to be Stratford, home of Metaphiles Podcast. Or Stratford is Helicopter County, USA, in the state of Connecticut, the Metaphiles state.
So whoever wins, we win.
Whoever wins, we win. T-shirt.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea. I like that it's a T-shirt.
It's everything.
I don't like that some Asiatic people twirled a stick with some fans on it, and that made its way to old Da Vinci, and that made its way to Mr. Sikorsky and all this shit, and now we're without Kobe.
And this is kind of a perfect cliffhanger. And if somebody was hanging off a cliff,
features a helicopter in that movie.
Yeah.
By the way. Very good.
We're just banging on all cylinders here.
All rotors.
In our next segment, we may discuss, given that the helicopter has given joy to children, but sadness to all Kobe fans the world over. Yeah. The helicopter, has it done more harm than good? And we will maybe find out in our next segment, or maybe in our third segment. And
we're going to find out either way.
We are either way.
I think we're going to get to the bottom of it.
I think so. And I could say we'll be right back. I could say it right now.
Yeah.
But frankly,
you're a good guy, and you're not going to let me forget about Lea Playas?
I'm not, because I really kind of think you earned it this week by taking on the 100 Fries challenge head on. You were brave. You showed a lot of bravery.
Yeah. So, okay. Lea Playas, the part of the podcast where I pitch a better podcast than this and than all others. This week, I would like to propose a podcast called Genie in a Pottle. Not Genie in a Bottle. Genie in a Pottle. Like podcast. And the host...
Is it Podle?
I guess that would have to be it.
Okay.
Yeah. The host, there would be a new guest every week, and the guest would have to come up with 3 wishes, and the host would have to find a way to corrupt the wishes, because that's what the genie does, right? You know, monkey paws it. You know, I think it'd be a pretty good podcast.
Do the wishes come true, or it's all theoretical?
No, I guess if the host can't corrupt your wishes, you get like a $50 Amazon card. Next best thing than a wish, right?
Oh.
Your 3 wishes. But no, it's just trying to find a way to corrupt the wishes to something terrible.
Can I try it? Just
sure.
One wish?
Let's give it a dry run.
Okay, my one wish...
There's no Amazon gift card, by the way, in this.
Damn, I thought it was going to kind of skirt some of the cost of that remote control helicopter, but... Okay, for my one wish, I wish for no Lea Playas segment on Metaphiles next week, or maybe ever again.
Except everybody that loves Lea Playas as much as any other point of the podcast are going to stop listening, and then you'll no longer have a podcast at all. Corrupted.
Corrupted.
Big stamp.
Corrupted.
Big corrupted. Next.
Okay.
Next wish. But nah, that's the idea.
Can the corrupted stamp?
What?
Can Metaphiles have that? Since I was very generous, I didn't do it for any kind of reward.
Yes.
That the horn means yes. Well, I see. Does the horn mean no? Okay, I understand the rules now. We'll be right back. We're back. Segment 2 of the burpinest podcast around
you've ever seen. There's more where that's coming from.
That's right. And we're still... What?
Talking about helicopters?
That's right. And we're talking helicopters of the world. And also, within that, I want to read one thing I wrote down that really just kind of made me chuckle. That,
Just a little chuckle.
That the Wikipedia article on helicopters, somebody made sure to write in the uses of helicopters, that they have been used in film, both behind and in front of the camera. People just wanted to make sure that it was noted on Wikipedia that there have been helicopters in movies before.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
In case anybody went to Wikipedia first.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch some movies, but is this gonna pay off?
Apocalypse Now, huh? I better check to see if there's anything in that I don't know exists yet on a movie.
Ooh, and I bet there's something else that exists in it that we don't know about yet.
What?
Let's find out.
I was gonna say he's never seen Dennis Hopper movie before, so he's like, oh, freaks out.
Is he a good man? Is he a kind man? Best helicopter in a movie? Apocalypse Now?
Maybe.
I would say it's probably either that or the chopper of the line, "Get to the chopper."
Not featuring a helicopter.
They never do get to the chopper?
No, they don't even... Wait, no, he does.
He's not going to say that and then not get there.
I know. What was I thinking? I guess it's kind of spoilers, so if you're trying to watch the best action movie ever made, forget everything you just heard.
I would not even be able to tell you what movie that is, actually. Is it Commando?
Predator.
Oh, whoops.
I'm still trying to think of the best appearance of a helicopter in a movie, and I know there's some good ones out there. You got The Matrix. That helicopter scene was pretty cool.
That's a good one.
Good chopper scene. Good whirly-bird footage.
Okay, well, in the final cut of Apocalypse Now, there is one instance of female breast nudity. A soldier on a boat is bottomless, and we see his buttocks.
The horror.
There are some sexual references among the soldiers.
The horror.
That's pretty shocking. And a man is seen in his room in his underwear. A very quick glimpse of his penis can be seen before he sits down and the camera moves.
Is that right?
I don't remember seeing old Marty Sheen's helicopter in that scene, but I guess we did.
I've seen that movie multiple times.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing is sometimes you don't even realize that you're being corrupted until the IMDb Parents Guide.
Yeah.
Nobody that is watching that scene is going to be thinking about Martin Sheen's helicopter. That's not the point.
You're thinking of his anguish.
His anguish, his
sins. They give him a mission. For his sins.
Wanting a mission and getting one.
That's right. Being in Saigon.
His penis. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Look at that.
We should probably warn people about that.
We should. In Apocalypse Now, you see Martin Sheen's penis.
His helicopter.
His
whoosh, 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 whoosh. Well, I'll be damned. All right.
Yeah. So that's helicopters in film in front of the camera. You want to know the list of other uses of a helicopter, or do we want to get there on our own?
Well, I mean, I got a few off the top of my head. New high-speed chase coverages.
Definitely.
They're essential for that if you're living in LA.
Yeah. That is where those are the most happen, huh?
It's that pastime over there. It's like a...
What are we going to do this weekend?
Everybody orders pizza when it happens. Including the guy in the high-speed chase. Delivery man. No tip. I went 150 miles an hour to give him the pizza. No tip.
And he had just robbed a bank, so he had the money.
It's not like he didn't have it.
Another thing I like of helicopters in movies, before it's too late to go back, I always like it when the president or somebody is getting out of the helicopter and they got to go down like this, and the military guy comes to get him.
Yeah.
Like, sir, the bombs are on their way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
shouting over it. Yeah.
Just make them taller.
Can you just make the helicopters taller?
The president has to do this when there's an alien invasion going on. He doesn't have trouble enough.
A little bit of headroom wouldn't kill you.
Could a helicopter be taller? Do they have to?
Sure, it could be taller. They'd have to make the skids more stable and wider, probably.
They could do that.
Yeah.
That seems like the easiest part of making a helicopter.
They do all kinds of shit with helicopters. They can make them taller.
Sometimes in old wars, the helicopter would look like a shark so that the opponents would think, oh, no, the people have a shark in this army.
A shark that shoots missiles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the scariest helicopter that there could be. Short of actually putting a rotor on an actual shark.
Yeah, it would suffocate, you know?
You could have a helmet with water.
Sure. Ooh. Yeah.
But then it couldn't use its teeth, which are its only weapon. The back of a shark can't do much to you.
It's just there to put the teeth into stuff. That's all it's there for.
Sharks.
Where do they get off?
They get off this way and only this way.
That's it. Yeah. Well, okay.
The Leonardo da Vinci's of the sea. That's what a shark is.
Useless shits. Ain't nothing but swimming teeth. That's all they are. What are some other animals that you could make into a helicopter?
This is great.
A crocodile could be a helicopter and it wouldn't need the helmet. Crocopter.
Crocopter.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much better than a shark.
Oh, yeah.
Really, a crocodile is only less scary than a shark on land because a shark is faster.
Yeah.
So if you add helicopter speed to
rotary motion. Yeah.
One thing, though, is you would have to make sure the blades are short enough that the teeth of the croc get you before the blades of the rotor get you. Or just have the blades be much higher.
Again, they just need to be higher.
Just be taller.
Yeah.
Most problems with helicopters fixed by just make it taller.
Make it taller.
If you make it tall enough, you don't even have to go up. You just climb to the 20th story of the helicopter, and you're as high up there as you were trying to go anyway.
Like it goes up like 2 inches and just flies.
Yeah. You're like, where's my apartment?
Where's my apartment? Well, the crocodile would have to be one hell of a pilot. And then I think it'd be alright.
Or remote controlled.
Yeah, probably be easier that way.
Probably would. We'll get the mayor of Stratford on that. Do they have crocodiles in Connecticut? Probably not. They have nothing there. Nothing.
Well, you build the crocopter in a state where crocodiles are native, and then you fly them up once they're done.
Yeah.
And you don't let people know that it's not built in Connecticut. It being the helicopter state.
Yeah, you would have to build a shell, a metal shell that looks like a regular helicopter around the crocodile until you get it to Connecticut.
And then...
Yeah.
It's a crocopter. That's a t-shirt, by the way. Crocodile, a crocopter.
Oh, crocopter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a tough one. But we'll get there.
Well, there's more Japanese that you need to learn with every new t-shirt idea.
Yeah. But luckily for that, I have to learn croc. And like I only have to learn half of each word.
True.
Speaking of that, by the way, we'll be time for a factoid here.
A factoid.
The etymology of the word helicopter.
You know, I've been wondering about this. I figured I'd wait. 'Cause I'm sure you'd...
You knew I was going to get to etymology.
Of course.
The term was coined in 1861 by Gustave Panton Damacote. Hélicoptère.
Hélicoptère.
Hélicoptère, from the Greek helix, meaning spiral, whirl, convulsion, and pteron, meaning wing. So actually, heli and copter, not the two correct. It's not the way to slice that word up.
Interesting.
It should be helic and opter. So people should land on a helipad.
Oh.
Or ride in a quadopter.
Alert the media.
Pardon me, you have been saying it wrong.
Monsieur Sikorsky? Wow.
You in Connecticut.
A convulsion wing.
Huh?
That's the translation. Convulsion wing.
Yeah. Pretty cool name. Convulsion wing.
Yeah.
I'd fly around in one of those.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, it seems like something very bad is going to happen to you in that. Could a car be a helicopter?
Yeah.
If you slap a rotor on top of a car.
Carcopter.
Carcopter.
Let's go. Maybe we should approach this from the other direction. What can't become a helicopter?
What can't become a helicopter?
If you just slap rotors on the top.
A fan couldn't, because then you've got the ones going.
It'd cancel it out. It would just
go in weird circles and.
Yeah, or just shrink into a ball or something, like go out of existence.
It would implode.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a fan cannot be a helicopter.
Tray of drinks couldn't be a helicopter because all the drinks would fall off of it.
Oh. I did read that there are 3 things a helicopter can do. It can hover, it can fly, and it can transition between those 2 things.
Oh. Okay.
Which of those do you think is the most difficult?
Hovering.
You're right. Wow.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, our real world experience coming into play.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
No.
It's because
the 100 Checkers French fries kind of makes the steak a little greasy. Sorry, go ahead.
I knew that it would invade your mind. Everything's
invade my whole body.
You are a Checkers
mascot.
Yeah. It's because it's making so much wind that you're gonna be going all over the place if you're not really good on that joystick.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. So why is hovering in a helicopter hard? Because it's making so much wind.
Because it's a helicopter, yeah.
There's a big fan on top of it making a bunch of wind come out.
The wing is convulsing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I'll take note of that next time I take her up.
Yeah. Next time you boot up the PS4 and...
or my RC.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, when you click that sucker on, you'll know. Hardest part's to start. Let's get back to some other uses of helicopters in the world.
Well, police can use them to hunt down people who smoked a blunt.
That's right. Because the smoke goes up and...
Chopper sniffs them out. Bloodhound chopper.
Ooh, that'd be a good chopper. Of all the dogs, that would be the best. Dogcopter. Dogopter. Crocopter would be the correct.
Caninopter.
Yeah, caninopter.
What's another use?
Oh, well, we've got firefighting.
Boring.
Dump a bunch of water out of the bottom of it.
Yeah.
In fact, the largest non-combat helicopter operation in history, Jay.
We guess California?
No.
Where?
Think further away. And also think...
Australia?
1986.
Oh. Well, Northumbridge. I don't know.
In 1986...
Chernobyl?
Yes!
Because they had to dump all that shit on top of it to...
Yeah, and also get people out of there. Yeah, they were making stuff. They were making dozens of daily trips for months. So that's one thing helicopters are used for is Chernobyls.
Let's keep a few around.
Yeah, a few. We'll be right back. And we're back. Helicopters. Segment 3. Why helicopters?
Why helicopters?
But first, we're going to do a thing. And this is a thing we could just do outside of an episode, but this is Metaphiles, and we use every part of the buffalo. So we're just going to do it here and see how it feels. I forget at the end of every episode to tell people to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And I do think that probably genuinely helps to grow the show. So we're going to record now a clip that I'm going to start placing at the end of episodes that says that stuff. And this is just you getting to watch us record it. Maybe we'll cut this out, maybe not. But, yeah. And then you can stick around to the end of this episode and see, oh, they did use it. And then every week you can see, oh, they used it again.
Oh.
And that made me remember to do it. Or not. And hopefully it doesn't get corrupted. So we'll just do this. I think we're gonna nail it in one take.
Oh yeah.
And here we go. And I think we're looking right down the barrel at them for this.
Yeah.
Because this is a plea, a call to action.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Zach Caffrey.
This is Jason Ford.
And we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about... and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So this, say that. And tell everyone you've ever met about this show.
And those you haven't yet met.
Yeah, it's a great way to make new friends. And reconnect with old friends. And get over problems that you've had with family members or...
You can do it. Yeah. Work for that just fine.
Okay. So there you go. Did we use that? Did we use all of it? Or did you see a part that we didn't use? You won't know now, but you'll know later.
That's right.
And now that that's out of the way, forever, we could use that. We could reuse that same one every time.
For decades.
For decades.
Yeah.
You were here for the beginning, or if you're catching up years later, this is where we started doing that. Now, why helicopters?
Why helicopters?
Why did this turn into a thing that murdered Kobe Bryant?
Well, you got to get places.
But why not a bicycle to do that?
Because you got to get there fast. You're a busy person. Your time is money.
So why are you not on a plane?
Because it's more cost effective to use the helicopter. It's maybe a shorter distance or somewhere without a runway that you want to go.
What you're saying is accurate, but I think why helicopters is for war. Most of all.
It is a war machine. That's what it was designed for, was it not? Well, I mean, not if you're Da Vinci.
Da Vinci wanted it I think Da Vinci wanted to make it just to be like, I made another thing. He just wanted everybody to.
He just did it all for attention.
Yeah. I'm going to borrow a favorite phrase of yours. I'm going to say that old Leo da Vinci was a tryhard.
Yeah.
I think he was thirsty.
Yeah. Leonardo da Simpi.
Leonardo da Thirsty.
Yeah, Leonardo da Thirsty.
Leo da Vinci, thirsty. Did it for attention. Igor Sikorsky did it to sell it to the military.
Sell it to the military.
Probably.
Yep.
Let them start painting sharks on it, even though that wouldn't work. We've debunked that completely.
Yeah.
And yeah, start This is the end. My only friend, the end. Martin Sheen's penis.
Corrupted.
So, but this brings us to our larger. Are we pro or anti the helicopter? Has it done more harm than good? Because almost definitely invented for war, as we've thoroughly established, and like irrefutably established,
peer-reviewed.
But also, helicopter is a hospital tool.
It rescues people.
It does.
From mountaintops, cats from trees.
Yeah. But how many people has war helicopter killed? How many Kobe Bryants and future Kobe Bryants?
Stevie Ray Vaughns. Yeah. They were going to be making a Twilight Zone movie, and this actor and 2 kids died from a helicopter crashing on them.
Yes.
Vic Morrow, that's it, Vic Morrow.
I believe John Landis's segment was the one where that happened.
Yeah. Old Landis.
Yeah. Poor everybody involved with that.
We can chalk it up to helicopter deaths.
You can. Thank you, horn. The horn is like, it's for when it's a yes, but not a ding.
Just an affirmative, not a exemplary.
Because you don't want to ding that it was a terrible tragedy that those people died.
Ding!
But it is true.
It is this. Tragic story.
Yeah, and that's a very solemn noise that I think pays proper respect.
Now bow your heads and stay in silence for the respect.
Ave Maria.
Doves into the air.
Yeah, so the helicopter.
Not a scene from Apocalypse Now, by the way.
No.
Just wanted to say.
There was no Martin Sheen's penis in it.
So, well, is there a high-profile person who has been saved by a helicopter?
That's a good question.
Because we know of course, we've named multiple high-profile people that have been killed by helicopters. Mm-hmm. But I can't name anybody.
Did you accidentally say Oprah because she's a high-profile person?
It's just like a...
Yeah. Could Oprah be a helicopter?
They're just so synonymous that it's hard picking one of them. Huh?
Could Oprah be a helicopter?
Oprah-copter?
Oprah-opter. I don't think she can because it doesn't sound... It's not a good name.
Well, she could airdrop free cars certificates.
Not the cars themselves.
She couldn't carry all.
If Oprah was flying around flyers. Dropping cars on American cities, that's not good. Chalk that up to helicopter death.
The Oprah-copter. We're gonna get crushed by cars.
The helicopter has probably been used to solve crimes.
Yes.
The helicopter has been used for medical transport. The helicopter has been in movies, both behind and in front of the camera.
I was hold up 1 second.
It's put out fires, search and rescue, helped out with Chernobyl, but also war. And some of the crimes it stopped were probably,
Probably got some drug lords, some big, huge drug lords. They probably used helicopters.
They probably have. I mean, yeah, that's what I did in Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, they used helicopters to catch them.
Oh. But probably the drug lords had one too.
Yeah. So you got helicopter on helicopter.
If I can do it.
So can Tony Montana.
Yeah. So, also, they're noisy.
That is a big, yeah. I get some going over my house sometimes. It's pretty annoying.
I don't think I like the helicopter. I'm almost ready to put it in the drawer.
Well, I guess it's good that I won the RC helicopter then. And not you.
I do like remote control helicopters.
Ooh, okay.
And I do like stealing a helicopter in Grand Theft Auto. And I do like it when they're in a movie.
You're going to flip-flop? You're going to flop and start liking them?
We're finding it.
Yeah. Okay.
If it goes in the drawer, it can never come out. So I don't want this to be
That's true.
A light decision.
I really feel like take it or leave it with helicopters. I really don't.
Yeah.
As far as how my personal life has been affected by them?
Well, my personal life almost only positively, actually. Because I do like it when they're in a movie and they have to make the president duck.
Apocalypse Now wouldn't have been made.
Would never.
Wow.
Yeah, if they hadn't had that beginning, there was no rest of the movie.
Tear up the script.
You can't just start with Martin Sheen's penis. You need a little...
It can't be the only helicopter in the movie.
It can't. You need a mood setter first. They are fun to steal in video games. They are fun to have remote control.
And I never watched that much basketball.
No. And look, also, weren't we all pretty sure that we didn't like Kobe Bryant, like, right before all that happened? I don't mean
he had some controversy, didn't he?
He sure did. And it's
suddenly
pretty dark to make that the deciding factor. But
well, I mean, that's my benchmark for morality, is if you get killed in a helicopter crash, are people able to feel guilty or sad for you? Charles Manson,
if Charles Manson
dies in a helicopter crash, are people going to be like, it's such a shame, he said he was
he was in the prime of his career still.
Yeah.
Did you know that there was a lady who was trying very hard to the prison system to let her marry Charles Manson? This was in like 2018 or something. She was trying really hard.
It sounds familiar.
And it later came to light, after they did not let her do that, that she wanted to marry him so that she could gain possession of his corpse after he died and have it stuffed.
and like parade it around as like a fucking attraction.
I guess so. Yeah, yeah. She's gonna take it in her van. Like, come see. Oh, children, step right up. Charles Manson's corpse. Only a nickel.
As seen on 2020.
Murderer of Shannon Tate. Star of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Allegedly. Murder of Shannon Tate. Allegedly.
He did not do the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that lady more nuts than Charles Manson? It's a little bit like the person who does the impression of Frank Caliendo.
Yeah.
Like, she's not Charles Manson, but she does.
She's trying to take up the mantle.
Yeah.
If she died in a helicopter crash, I don't know.
I don't think it matters how she goes out. I think society is kind of like, that's a wash. Whatever happens listens to that lady.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Well,
but, you know...
I think I like helicopters officially. Just because you pointed out that they have given me good things in my life. Well, they must have killed so many people in wars.
So many.
There's no doubt.
So many in wars and just from crashing into a mountainside.
Yeah. Well, all this considered, why helicopter?
Why helicopter?
Is it all worth, that's really what it really comes back to. Is all that worth getting someplace faster?
And helping out with Chernobyl.
I'm just, hey man, when in doubt, zoom out. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to catch it all the way back.
Okay,
hit me again. A very basic level.
Hit me again.
Maybe you could include how much would it have made a difference in all these different scenarios, good and bad, if anybody had gotten there faster.
If they'd gotten to Chernobyl faster.
And were able to...
Poured water on the core.
Yeah, maybe use catapults to just chuck it, just Kobe it onto the hot reactor.
Yeah, okay. So,
instead of dropping it from a helicopter.
Let's take catapults.
Catapults. Why catapults?
A catapult could send a person to a hospital very fast.
Just, all right, aim it at South Central. Pew! Yeah.
Just, put some weights on the stretcher so it stays flat. A catapult could shoot water at Chernobyl.
Yes.
A catapult could not kill Kobe Bryant. But do we?
He'd have to try to get killed by a catapult. But he'd be doing it voluntarily. So no. But Apocalypse Now with catapults?
No, not as good. Not as good.
This is the end.
Apocalypse Now with catapults, not as good. Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Catapult, they're not making 5 of those.
I got 5 stars on Grand Theft Auto. I got the catapult. Why do we need to stop Chernobyl? Maybe things would be better if we just let it happen. I don't know.
I think we need to, for something to go in the drawer, we both need to turn our key. Yeah. I'm not turning my key for helicopters because Apocalypse Now.
It really is a great movie. And
why
it
helicopters? It really wouldn't. Why helicopters? Apocalypse Now. Also, there's a scene we didn't even talk about it, where he's playing the Flight of the Valkyries out of the helicopter.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that without helicopters. A catapult shooting a speaker? No. Helicopters, safe. Not turning my key.
Safe from the drawer. Okay. No, I agree with your assessment there.
And with that, we done it again, Jay.
Well, we tackled another challenging topic.
Another important issue.
Join us for segment 4 coming up next. Every time Michael Jackson rode in a helicopter. Yeah.
Only on Patreon.
Yeah. It's only on the Patreon, so sorry. You have to buy a t-shirt. Well, I feel good.
All there is left to do is to say Chop Chop Chang Bandcamp EP listen.
The Stray. Denovo.press. Read.
And also, if you're on YouTube, you're about to see whether or not we used that thing we recorded or not. I think we will.
Stay tuned.
But
in the Patreon. No.
That is not the end, because the end is that we say, and frankly, okay, let's maybe tackle this right now.
Sure.
I think the tagline's over, because this episode didn't suck, and I'm sure of it.
So we're gonna change up the tagline.
I don't know. Like, I don't feel like saying maybe this episode sucked. I think it ruled.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we say?
We say... I got it. Oh, but it's not something we both say, which I did like that aspect. So... Okay. I got it. And what do we call it? Is this a tagline? Is that the right term? The term has to be exactly right for the one I have in mind to work.
Sure.
Or the sign off. It's a sign off.
Sign off. Yeah.
Sign off. Okay. So here is perhaps the sign off moving forward for the rest of time.
Okay.
This is the part of the sign off that I say.
This is the part of the sign off that I say.
And that's an incredibly meta sign off.
It is, yeah. I really like it.
Because we're fucking metaphiles, and this episode didn't suck, and the next one won't suck.
And a ding.
And a ding. A late in the game ding, our only one of the episode.
A period on this. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Metaphiles.
Hey, this is Zach Caffrey.
This is Jason Ford.
And we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So say that.
Metaphiles.